Pero coño!
The Virtual Boy was so bad. What the heck is a Virtual Boy, actually? Hold on, I need to search. It's so fun to hear like my audience talking about the game back then. Yeah, my JP audience told me about the and yeah, listen, there was a thing that is called Virtual Boy that was so bad. They shouldn't wait for like another 20 years to release it. It was way too soon. Way too soon. If it's after 20 years, they could have sold millions and maybe
The Virtual
like
Boy
that.
only played in black and red and gave people headaches.
Ah, okay, I found it. Oh my gosh, it kind of looks like a... Ooh, これ何これ何これ
I like when people from younger generations are interested in older consoles and games. It makes me feel not alone.
Yeah! Yeah, it's fun to learn. It's fun to learn because I can see they have been doing a lot of creativities, creative stuff and stuff like that. I like seeing it. I like seeing it. 何これ How do you play this? 何これ Wait, how do you play this? Very painfully? これみんな持ってた Did you have this? Did you have this though? It came with a stand as well? あ、スタンドも来るんだ。ああ。ない ?No? 動けない VR メガネ。これはさすがに持ってなかった。Wait, it's a VR that you can't move? What? 動けない VR ってダメじゃん時代が追いついてなかった。みんなそう言うよね。
Virtual Boy was neat. You put it over your eyes, and then it makes you go blind dio.
What the fuck? That sounds really bad. It's a 3D but not the VR. Wait. なるほど。ね。VR というよりは 3D。なるほどね。
I played this for 15 minutes at a store called Incredible Universe. Nobody bought them, and that store went bankrupt.
No! It has a little screen inside for each eyes. Oh. That sounds like you're gonna get like a lot of motion sickness. 両目にモニターついてんだ。うわー、酔いそう、めちゃくちゃ。And the eyes? Was it too bright or something? なんかみんなが口を揃えてなんか、目を痛めつけに来るって言ってるんだけど、そんなに光強かったの
The first attempt at VR, but it was very bad. If you look up games for it, you will see why. It gave people massive headaches and eye issues.
What is it? Oh. All games only had a one color red? Wait, what? They only had like a red color? 赤色だったんだ。へえ。what? Wait, it's only red? 疲れるけど目には優しいってどっかで見た。そうなんだ。赤黒 Red and black? Maybe we can find the person who's playing this. Hold on. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. I think I found the perfect video. I think I found the perfect video. Let's see this one. Let's see this one. Let's see this one. Did he have a JP subtitle? Hold on. 日本語あった!日本語あった! There you go. Oh, he's holding the Virtual Boy!
It's the mid-90s. Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis were the two big competitors. The 16-bit era was coming to an end, while the next generation consoles were on their way. The Sega Saturn, the PlayStation, and the Nintendo 64 were ready to hit the scene. The graphics were getting better, and video game companies were racing their technology to a never-ending finish line. During the ongoing delay of the Nintendo 64, Nintendo announced a new product to fill the time and continue their successful line of portable game systems, beginning with the Game & Watch games and the Game Boy.
What is that?
The product originally...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where did that go?
Finish line. During the ongoing delay of the Nintendo...
I've never seen that. Is that from Nintendo? Ultra 64? Is that Nintendo 64? これはN64? That's the Nintendo 64? Oh! Wait, it's called Ultra 64? Oh, I see it. あ、これが N64 なんだ. Oh!
Nintendo 64, Nintendo announced a new product to fill the time and continue their successful line of portable game systems, beginning...
That's Game Boy, right? Game Boy. これが Game Boy? That's a Game Boy? Yeah. Ah, okay. Game Boy Color? Color? Wait. I remember you guys told me about the first Pokemon came out from Game Boy. It had no color. But this one has a color? It has a color screen? Ah, なるほどね. Game Boy is kind of like a Mr. Game Watch, right? Right? あれだね、Game Boy ってあれだよ、Mr. Game Watch みたいな感じだよね。Yeah? ねえ、そう。Not as old? Not really? Wait, but like, isn't it like a both are like a kind of like dot? ねえ. Game & Watch is older? Well, they both like dots, right? でもさ、どっちもさ、なんかドットだよね。Game Boy looks way better. So wait, so it's not the same thing? Pixel art, yeah, they both like pixel art kind of stuff. Game Boy had a lot more dots, but like, but isn't it same? They both dot pixel art. Isn't it kind of same? Like the Game Boy has more dots, but like they both kind of like a pixel art. It's not same. To me, it sounds like it's same. だよ. To me, it sounds like it's same thing. It's just like more dots or less dots. It's not. Eh?
Game. Game & Watch came first in the Game Boy, and nowadays we live in the future with a Game Boy Color. But like they both Mr. Game Watch and the Game Boy, they both have dots. Maybe Game Boy has way more dots, but like... Since Henya is made of dots, Henya is Game & Watch.
They both like okay, how about Mr. Game Watch, and this is like a advanced Game Watch like that, with more dots and pixels like that.
to me, it kind of feels like it's saying that it has more dots on this one. Ne. Kinda. Ah! Okay, okay. Got it. Arigato. Thank you there. Thank you, Dayo. Gosh, I guess so. Whatever you're saying, yeah. I just thought about it's kind of like saying that Mr. Game Watch is like a first game, and then this one is more advanced, but like still it's a pixel art like that. Nah, yeah. I don't know, and maybe technically it's different. I saw it's kind of same, but maybe not.
Beginning with the Game & Watch games and the Game Boy. The
Game.
product, originally dubbed
Game.
VR32, would become known as the Virtual Boy. It made use of 3D technology where each eye would see two separate screens and create the illusion of three-dimensional depth. Virtual reality seemed like the way of the future. Just the idea of feeling like
The
you were
Game
in
& Watch's
the game
screen had a
was an
bunch of
awesome
images all
concept.
over it that lit up sequentially, while Game Boy generated images that were programmed into cartridges.
Wait, what? Image? Oh, well, they both pixel, right? Maybe I just don't know the advanced stuff, so I don't know. Not only arigato! Thank you. Thank you that I give up. Game & Watch wasn't pixel? Oh, naruhodo. Okay.
The Game & Watch systems had their games programmed directly into the system, while the Game Boy used cartridges that you could switch out to play different games.
Okay. Okay, got it. Hi. Oh, so if it's if you buy the one Game Watch, you can only play like a one game. But for the Game Boy, if you just buy the Game Boy, and then if you get the cartridge thingy, you can play multiple games like that. Oh, okay, but visually, it's kind of same, isn't it? Visually, kind of like a PS3 to PlayStation 5. Like visually, it's just like kind of same, isn't it? No. Okay, the game system may be a different, but visually, it's kind of same. It's more dots, right? No, really? No.
Game
Yeah.
& Watch was like Tamagotchi.
I never played Tamagotchi. Wait, but think about it. So the Mr. Game & Watch is a bigger dot, but then the Game Boy is like a smaller dot, so you can visualize a lot of stuff, but it's still like same dot like that. Nah, isn't it? So it's like an advanced version of Mr. Game Watch. That's what I thought about Game Boys.
Let's go with that. If we get too far into the intricacies of old liquid crystal displays, we'll be here all day.
Nah, the dots! Then I feel old. No! Nah. Yeah, I was like, but visually it's kind of like a show. It's more advanced, but it's kind of technically, kind of like visually it's same, isn't it? Like that. Maybe game system has been like more future, but like visually it's kind of do like same when it comes to the game screen like that. No, okay. I mean, hey, I never played it, so maybe you guys are right. I just assuming, and actually I never played Mr. Game Watch or Game Boy before. That's what I saw, but hey, you guys are right because you guys are the one who played it. Ne, yeah. Ne, そうなの. Yeah.
Game & Watch from Smash Brothers was based on all the games found on the Game & Watch systems.
Ah, なるほど。arigato, thank you. Alright, let's keep watching it. Back to Virtual Boy.
But instead, it turned out to be the grand mother load of shit. The first...
anyway, this is first time I'm seeing his video, so I'm learning a lot about him. But is he like intentionally make this video looks like old or something? It's like he created the studio that like the viewer can go back to like those time. Yes. Ah, that's a cool setup though. That's a cool setup. That's a cool setup. Ah. Hold on, Mike.
On the shit.
What the? Wait a minute. What he said? A siege? What the frick?
It said it could cause headaches and seizures. That's great, right?
I think if they tried to sell the exactly same thing right now, they're not gonna pass some kind of test, right? Holy crap! What the heck? What kind of... これさ、現代で全く同じもの売ろうとしたら多分何かしらのテストに合格しないよね。
It's like this was one of the first Virtual Boy games to be released.
Oh my gosh,
it
is red and black.
Played. It starts out with Mario.
なんか怖いんだけど、Oh my gosh, that looks terrifying. It's like cursed. What the heck? 何これ怖いんだけど。You're just red and black. Okay, it looks kind of like a look cursed. What the heck is this? This is scary だよ.
Mario hitting a tennis ball right into your face. The 3D effect is actually pretty effective, but without experiencing the actual game, you can't see it. Now,
so I was thinking about like less polygon VR chat or something. You know what I mean? Like less smooth, less polygon or textured VR chat or something. Okay, I was so wrong. なんか変や、もっとあれかと思った。テクスチャーやらポリゴン数が少ない VR チャットみたいな感じかと思った。これなんだ。Okay, now I see it.
The main thing that disappointed everybody right from the beginning was the fact that the games are all in red and black. Now, the original Game Boy was in black and white, or black and greenish yellow, whatever, but the Virtual Boy was supposed to be cutting edge, so it was fair to expect it to be in color.
Wait,
what
what?
a letdown. Now, as for the game itself, it's just tennis, but with a selection of Mario characters. Not bad, but nothing special. The big problem for me, personally, what the hell kind of virtual reality game is...
No, that's what I saw too! They could do this on the regular games too! That's what I saw too! いや、ガチでそれ、バーチャルリアリティじゃない It's not virtual reality! It's just a 2D! これ 2D やろ It was the future, but it's 2D! It's a 2D you can see in a lens. 2D だよ、これ But it looks 3D. So let's go with a 2.5D then. 2.5. じゃあ、せめて 2.5 次元でいこう、2.5次元
This. I don't feel like I'm on the court interacting. I would have expected this to be in a first-person perspective.
I
know! The whole idea of virtual reality is to simulate the experience of the game like you're actually in the environment.
Oh my goodness, this person is saying what I saw exactly with a better wording and everything
I feel
too.
like I'm actually there, standing behind Yoshi, but everything has turned into red lasers and hurt my brain's eye.
I don't know. I was thinking, like I said, I was thinking about it's gonna be a first-person view and like a less polygon or texture version of VR or something. But holy crap! No, this is just a like 2D game that you're looking at it through the lens, isn't it? And it makes your headache.
It's supposed to feel like reality, hence the term virtual reality. Here's another one, Galactic Pinball. Well, it's just a pinball game with a space theme. The 3D effects are pretty shallow on this one. Nothing ever really comes up in your face. To use the paddles, you hit the buttons on the bottom of the controller, which feels like using a real pinball machine, but you expect to be able to hit the button harder to hit the ball harder. So in the long run, it just makes you wish you were playing a real pinball machine instead, or anything other than this. I feel like I'm taking an eye exam. And speaking of that, my eyes are starting to hurt already. If you play this long enough and go blind, you can really become the pinball wizard.
Oh
Okay,
no.
now we have Teleroboxer. Kind of like Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Ah,
And holy shit, it's
holy
a first-person
crap.
perspective. This is a little more like virtual reality.
But like that's gonna hurt your eyes a lot. Oh my goodness, just looking at this, it makes my eyes tired though. Yeah, your eyes is gonna be so painful.
Gameplay is pretty much the same as Punch-Out. You can punch the face, punch the body, hook, uppercut,
Oh my
duck,
goodness.
dodge, and you can make use of both D-pads, which individually control each arm, so you can block with one arm and punch with the other at the same time. It's not bad, and the 3D effects are cool, especially when your opponent knocks you out.
Oh no. Wait, why did he choose red? It could be like green. なんで赤色にしたんだろうね? I wonder why did they decide to go with red? They could have choose like green. It was a cheapest option? Wait a minute. Depending on what color is it, the price will be different? It was cheaper? Hey, wait, what is? Yeah, back then. Wait, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Hey. Oh, I see. Yeah, the red was the easiest to project. Oh, なるほど.
Next up, Red Alarm. Well, red is right. All the games should have had red in the title. It's basically a flying game like Star Fox. Remember what the graphics looked like on Star Fox? Everything was a polygon. But imagine that in red and black without any rendered shapes whatsoever. Everything's just a wireframe. It looks like a game that hasn't been finished. Worst of all, it's disorienting. If only there was some kind of texture, you'd be able to see where the boundaries are. But without it, you're just flying around with a bunch of lines. Often I think I'm flying into an opening, but then I just find I'm butting against the wall. Look at this. Where am I supposed to go? One thing that's cool is that you can switch camera angles. I choose the POV because, after all, isn't this supposed to be virtual reality?
True.
Unfortunately, Red Alarm and Teleroboxer are the only two Virtual Boy games to have this feature.
Oh my goodness.
Next up is Wario Land. You take control of Wario with one basic goal: reach the end of each level. Along the way, you gotta find keys to open doors, collect treasures, and fight enemies. You stomp on them, throw them, or dash into them. There's also parts where you can leap into the background, obviously trying to cater to the 3D gimmick.
Yeah, but like, still, this is still like another 2D game. これも 2D だね. An actual good game. Oh, this was a good game? But it's not 3D. It was a good one. Okay, maybe it'll be great if they transfer this game to like the regular game, then now I'll have to play it. Yeah.
But it's actually a good game. Damn good. But only one problem. It's on Virtual Boy.
Okay,
Next, we have Panic Bomber.
I hope they're
going to
release this
and a
on
decent one, I might add. Basically, things fall down and you gotta match 3 of a kind in a row, in a column, or diagonal. The match pieces disappear and you get bombs. When a lit bomb falls, you can use it to blow up the other bombs. Now, I have one question. Why in the holy mother of fuck does this need to be on Virtual Boy?
Right?
It's a puzzle game. This is the kind of thing that belongs on Game Boy.
Right.
Not only is there nothing remotely 3D or virtual reality based, you can only play it alone. Aren't puzzle games most fun when you have friends to play with? Well, Virtual Boy actually had an extension port for a multiplayer cable. It would have been used to link 2 Virtual Boys, much like the Game Boy did. But the only problem, they never released the cable.
What? 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 What the freak? What the heck? They never released the cable? What the freak だよ? Someone exploded. What the heck? It was that bad. You can't even play with your friend. And there's a puzzle game. So なんだ. マジかよ. Oh my goodness. I heard about Virtual Boy, but I never seen it. Now I see it. Oh my goodness. Yaba!
Next, we're up to Mario Clash.
Ooh,
Every
another
Nintendo
Mario.
console had its own definitive Mario title, and this you would hope would be decent. But what you get is basically a remake of the original 1983 Mario Bros. Arcade.
Okay.
Each level is just one screen, and the goal is to knock out all the enemies, except for the Koopas. You stomp on them and use their shells to throw at the other enemies. Some of the enemies, like the ones with the 3 spikes on their back, have to be killed from a distance. So it's basically Mario Brothers with the background and foreground. What bothers me about this game is just one simple problem. They swapped the buttons. B is jump and A throws shells.
That happened. Depending on the game, sometimes they change to like a jump button from the previous game, and it's like, why would they do that? It happens. Not just only game, it happens sometimes. It's like, come on. Why did you change it like that? Yeah, it happens, it happens.
How did they fuck up the controls for a Mario game? Why change what we grew up with? Why change what's been firmly planted in our brains since childhood?
Right?
There's also a bonus stage, and look what we have here. Texture. It's nice to see a floor that's fully rendered for
Why is it flashing? Chat, why the floor is
stage.
flashing?
And look what
Look, it's like like that. Oh my goodness, that's gonna make your brain hurts or something, isn't it? Nah. It's a flashbang that you get constantly in 2 seconds or something. Ah. Oh, that's from the recording? Ah, okay. Yeah.
It's redrawing the screen.
Yabai da. Thank you for pizza. Ah, yabai da.
we have here. Texture. It's nice to see a floor that's fully rendered
I'm
for
pretty
once.
sure that's gonna
Overall,
make your
Mario
headache.
Clash isn't bad, but it's
任
repetitive,
天堂
and
の
it
ホ
goes
ーム
on
ペー
for
ジに
99
会社の
levels,
歴史が書
probably
かれ
making
てる
it
ん
the
だけど、
longest
バーチャ
virtual
ル
boy.
ボーイはなかったことにされているよ。
そうなの？完全黒歴史じゃん。Okay, so according to JP Bro, if you go Nintendo website, you can see the history of what kind of game they had it, but they erased the virtual boy from マジかよ、黒歴史じゃん、ガチの。No way! No way! No! No surprise! マジかよ。なかったことにされた。Yeah, they're like, let's not talk about it. なるほどね。ああ、I see, I see it. What? マジで書いてないんだ。
It's called Virtual Boy because it's no longer real Dio.
After all, it was a virtual だよ。星砕き Thank you for 10 gifted subs だよ。ありがとう Thank you so much for a lot. Thank you for a lot of support too. ありがとう Thank you だよ。Thank you for a lot. Thank you for a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Me at the family gathering. Oh,
Virtual Boy? Where's the virtual girl?
The floor that's fully rendered for once. Overall, Mario Clash isn't bad, but it's repetitive, and it goes on for 99 levels, probably making it the longest Virtual Boy game. And
This keep going until 99? 99ステージあんの？
since it causes eye strain, it shouldn't be finished in one sitting. Next, Nestor's Funky
Holy
Bowling.
frick.
Any subscriber to Nintendo Power
Stereo sound.
knows who Nestor is, and this is probably the only game he's ever been in.
Do you guys know Nestor? Because I don't know. Is it famous? Nestor って人がいたんだ。No, I don't know too.
All I can say is, it's bowling.
Yeah?
That's what it is.
Oh.
But I don't know what's so funky about it. It's just an average bowling game with the same 10 pins over and over. The animation on Nestor's reactions is pretty fun to watch, but other than that, there's not much to say. Okay, next is Virtual League Baseball. You bat, you run, you
What the-
pitch, you catch, you run, you throw. It's baseball. The music is pretty cool, and you get a nice 3D
Yeah, this is
effect when
kinda
it
cool,
shows the
though.
field. Kind of like you're sitting in the seats, almost like a virtual reality field. When it comes to batting, the hit detection is kind of awkward, and when you're in the outfield, it's like you need a microscope to see the players. It's such a strange
Microscope.
sensation to be controlling
Player.
sprites the size of ants, kind of like North and South on NES. Now let's do Vertical Force. This one is a 2D shooter, kind of like Galaga 1942 or R-Type. It's a genre that's classic. As classic as a good old TV
Darth
screen.
Vader.
The only three...
Well, no, not Darth Vader. What was the game name again? Well, Darth Vader from the guy from the Star Wars. Invader! Invader, right? Wasn't that a good game's name? Invader. Invader or something? Ne. Oh yeah, Space Invader! Oh yeah, wait. Oh shoot, yeah, Darth Vader is a guy from Star Wars. Yeah. Invader! Space Invaders! Yeah, that one.
3D part is that you can switch between two different altitudes, so it's kind of like 2D, 3D. Sometimes you gotta fly up or down to avoid obstacles, but most of the time you can just stay where you are. The 3D effect isn't even that deep anyway. This is another perfect example of a game that doesn't need to be on Virtual Boy. Next is Golf. That's it, just Golf.
A golf?
Of all the games with this title, I'd stick to Golf on NES. You pick your...
My goodness, that title screen of Golf?
It doesn't need to be on Virtual Boy. Next is Golf. That's it, just Golf. Of all...
This title screen of Golf? It's too red, I can't even read it. I can't read it though, it's too red. 赤すぎてタイトル読めないマジで。Yeah, just staring at this title screen makes my eyes hurt.
All the games with this title, I'd stick to Golf on NES. You pick your club, you line up your shots, and that's about it. Just the idea of playing an 18-hole course on this makes me sick. The graphics are decent, but they beg to be in green and black rather than red and black. Well, it would be nice if it was in color, but let me tell you, if there's one color that I imagine when it comes to golf, it's fucking anything but red. Next, we have 3D Tetris. Now, anyone who's familiar with Tetris will immediately understand the concept. Blocks fall down, and you have to put them together without leaving gaps. Anytime you fill a whole row, they disappear, and the only difference is that it's in 3D. But that means it moves along a lot slower because there's a lot more space to fill.
Oh my!
The A and B buttons turn the blocks around in the second dimension, while the right D-pad flips them in the third dimension.
That looks so complicated.
The left D-pad moves the pieces around to where you want to drop them, and it works quite well. 3D Tetris and Teleroboxer are the only two Virtual Boy games that use both D-pads to do something different. Until the blocks drop down, they're transparent and they have little shadows to help you tell where they're going to land. Also, the layout keeps moving, so they basically tried everything they could so that you won't get confused, but still, it's a little hard to tell what you're doing. The 3D aspect isn't even very unique. They could have made a game like this on just about any other console at the time. While the Virtual Boy does place parts of the graphics in front of other parts, the blocks here are just two-dimensional shapes drawn to give the feeling of the third dimension without actually doing so.
Exactly.
It's like if I just draw on a piece of paper. There, that's 3D. I'd say just stick to regular Tetris.
True!
Well, now we saved the worst for last.
First of all, I don't know what is a water world. Water world? What is that?
It's like puking on a pile of shit. Alright, here we go. Ocean presents Water
It's a movie?
How ironic. Well, as far as the graphics go, too bad they couldn't use the color blue. I mean, they had two choices for the water. It could have been red or black. Well, at least they chose black, because if it was red, we'd be calling it Blood World. Either way, it looks like shit.
It does look like shit.
The object of the game is just to shoot everybody and rescue the people. It's basically a remake of Defender. There's not really any goal other than getting a high score, which really helps since it doesn't save any data. There's actually a 9-player mode, which I honestly find hard to believe.
9?
Could
Wow.
you imagine passing the Virtual Boy around a room to 8 other people? I'd rather drink Kevin Costner's recycled piss water. Waterworld is the only movie-based game on Virtual Boy, and doesn't it seem like a match made in heaven? It's a perfect analogy. An over-budget, overhyped movie turned into a game on a gimmicky, overpriced anal atom bomb of a console exploding with dire...
Wait a minute, the movie is that bad? The movie is that bad? So many yabai no? So many yabai... Yes? Oh no, so it's a worse combination? It's great, kinda. I like that. Okay. So it's not like that bad, I guess. The movie is fun, but I feel at the a box office. Box office? What's that? The movie is good. Okay. Yeah. So bad, but it's good. Okay, got it.
Zentreya. Well, that's it. The Virtual Boy was such a flop, it died in less than a year. Yeah.
It died in less than a year? What the heck? It was that short? I mean, I knew it didn't go very long time, but it was less than a year? Wow. 1年も経たずに早いね。Wow.
Fair, most of the games are okay, but they're the same kind of games you might as well be playing on a regular TV screen. I mean, they tried to take advantage of some
Only
3D...
movie worse than Waterworld is Battlefield Earth.
Oh, both? I don't know both though. I never seen the both of them.
And
Oh, and this is what? From 2009, right? Well, you'll see it. You'll see it in the future, Dayo. You'll see it in the future. And then we'll have a thing that's called VR.
maybe that's for the best.
Hi! Oh my goodness, that movie was so... That video was so fun. That video was so fun. めっちゃ面白かった. Holy, that video was so fun.
Now that you finished this episode of AVGN, might as well start up the episode of the NES accessories. Also, before I leave, I gotta drop these bits.
ありがとうだよ. Thank you so much だよ. Thank you so much. ありがとう. トントントントントントントントントントントントントントントントントントントントントントン